Let me just drink, because, you know. This is a video I got so many requests for, so thank you for requesting. Please always tell me what you guys want to see, and my apologies that it's taken a few months to get here, but we are here, and today I'm going to talk about how I journal. Now, I've been talking about journaling a lot this year because that's what I have been doing. Going through a really tough time, and I felt like my mind was just like going a million miles a minute, and there was just thoughts all over the place, and I couldn't focus, and I couldn't like come to any decisions, and I just needed a way to get them out without any kind of order or trying to sound smart or inoffensive to anybody, you know. And I got to a point where like I didn't want to just burden all my friends and my husband, etc., with what I was thinking and what I was feeling. And it also got to a point where I was like, no, I need to figure this out for myself. So I started journaling, and I haven't journaled in years. I think I kept one in like high school, or probably when I've ever been going through something tough. And on New Year's Day, I bought this journal, and I proceeded to fill this one and this one, and this one's about halfway done. So this is how much I have journaled since New Year's, and let me tell you, it is so helpful. I know people who say like, I hate writing, and I would hate to do it, I wouldn't know what to write. This is what I do. I open the page, write today's date, and then I just brain dump. I just write whatever's in my mind, whether it's a list, whether it's not even sentences like grammar, capitals, punctuation, none of that matters. Just go, go, go. Just get out whatever is in your mind onto paper. And what I found was probably the first entire book was just like frantic, panic, upset, anger, and then as I continued to write, I saw different patterns or concerns like that kept coming up and kept coming up. And I realized like, okay, these are the standout things that are bothering me. Now I need to face each one individually and see how I can attack it and see what's really wrong here. Because there was definitely a point where I was placing the blame on other things and not focusing on what the actual problem was. And so by journaling, there's no one else to tell you what to do. There's no one else listening, and you can be totally brutally honest. And that is one thing, I think that's the only way that journaling works, is if you are confident that no one will ever read it. In my opinion, if you're writing thinking that like, oh, my husband might find this, or like, what if my kids find this? It's not worth the exercise because you're not being truthful. You need to either trust that your family or your friends or whomever respects you enough to not look in your journal, or put it in a place that they'll never find it. Because for me, like, I wrote down some incredibly difficult things knowing that no one would ever read it, you know? And then I got to a point where I could put those things aside or deal with them and then continue to write. So that's all I do, is I just brain dump. Now there's also two things you can do. One, never read it again. Or two, go back and read it and see if you can see a theme or see if you can see a cycle. And what's also great is like, I look forward to reading, say like my January entries next January. And I think it'll be really cool to see how far I've come. It's just like a nice way to note your progress, I guess. Another thing that my therapist has suggested to me that I have done is to write letters in my journal that I would never send the people, no, but like closure. So if you feel like you need to talk to someone about something and you can't, or you like would never be given the opportunity to, write them a letter, and maybe that'll give you some closure. For me, it worked both ways. Like, in some points I liked it, and then in other points it just brought up feelings that I really just wanted to sort of put to bed. But yeah, so those are a few things, like brain dump, write letters, write lists, and also just write and write and write and write. Don't care like what your printing looks like, your handwriting. I don't think I have one here with me, but I found that the pen really made a difference. Like, I liked one that was super smooth with no texture or anything where I was holding my fingers, because that's how much I was writing. This helped me a lot as well. You totally don't need one of these, absolutely not necessary, but I've loved this. It's one of these like lap pillow board things. I got this at Chapters on Boxing Day. You can get them anywhere. I've just always really wanted one, and I find that it does help to, you know, journal when I'm journaling on my lap. And then get a book that you like. Like, I really liked this one, and then I love that I was able to find it. I think I have like 2 more that I haven't even started yet. I liked having the same ones. I thought that was really cool. My girlfriend Alicia got me this one as like a goodbye present when I left the station. It says Gold Digger. How perfect is that for me? The size, the spine, the lines, no lines, just get one that inspires you and that you're gonna wanna write in. Like, I am very particular when it comes to journals and notebooks, so like, I know what I like, and that really helps me. So really, it's just a matter of doing it, and then also doing it often. So for me, like, there was times where I was journaling at least once a day. A couple times I actually brought it to work, and once we got off the air, I sat in my office for like 20 minutes and wrote, just because I was feeling so anxious and so upset. Nothing to do with the show, just in life in general. Or like when I had time to myself, I would sit on a picnic bench and do it. Or I took it with me when I went to see my girlfriend in Saskatchewan in March, and just write. Like, write as much as you can. Even if you just write 1 page. For me, as soon as I felt myself getting really anxious or really upset, that's when I would stop and pull out the journal. I have done it in the middle of the night when I can't sleep, because then it just gets everything out of your brain, and then your brain can kind of calm down a bit. So journaling has been so beneficial to me. I hope these tips help you. That's all I do, and I do it often. And it doesn't have to be negative. Like, you don't have to wait till you're going through a terrible time. You could choose every single day to write a full page about what went well or what you're grateful for. You know, do one of those, like, what is it called? A gratitude journal? I think that's what Oprah calls it. Queen O. One of those. Like, do whatever you want. Or, I don't know. Just do it. Like, I can't recommend it enough. Maybe give yourself a challenge that you'll write in your journal once a day for a month. And I guarantee you'll be surprised at how much like calmer you feel, or how easier decisions are made. Like, for me, I never would have gotten to the place of knowing that I needed to move on from radio without journaling. I was in such a dark, bad place that like other things would have, it wouldn't have been good at all. Like, I can't imagine still being in that place that I was in January, February, even part of March. Journaling just helped me so much, gave me so much clarity. And also, I like journaling because it's not, I don't want to say impeded, but it's not affected by anyone else's opinion. Like, I love to sit with a girlfriend and chit chat, or sit with Jeremy and go through stuff and like try and get them to help or work stuff out. But at some point, it is nice to just have your own opinion about stuff and to make decisions solely based on what you want. And that was something I really had to learn, was not letting anyone else influence my decisions and deciding solely for what was going to be best for me. And I'll probably talk about this more in another video, but that's definitely something that I was lacking, was like taking care of myself and putting my opinions and my feelings first. And journaling really brought them to the forefront for me without anyone else's outside opinion. And that really helped me. Plus, I mean, I hate being that person who's constantly complaining about the same thing. At some point, your friends and family are going to be like, enough, do not, just something, you know? So the journal never judges you. Let me know if this is what you were looking for. I hope these tips helped. If you have more questions, please leave them below, or find me on Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever. It's Redhead Mare, all over the interwebs. And I'll see you soon. Also, let me know if you have any more video requests, because now I have so much more time to do things like this. What? Okay. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it, as always, and I'll see you soon. Bye.